Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. Start of a new week here. We're pumping into London Open without any significant retrace, which isn't normally the greatest sign. I'm thinking that we could see a little bit of a drop off heading into New York Open here, but I'm going to run over my thoughts in a sec. If you're new here, I'm essentially just using the same pattern to find accumulation and distribution, using that same pattern to find support, resistance, and then that same pattern again as my entry trigger. So if you're interested at any point in anything that I'm explaining throughout this video, check out the strategy link in the description below, and you have a bunch of reviews on the website, so you can check that out. So essentially that pattern is just a head and shoulders. So I look for a high to be swept, and then once we break below the low that's responsible for taking that high, I then look for a return inside this range, where I then look for the same pattern to form again. Now this is just the very basic part of the strategy. We then use a bunch of liquidity concepts and a bunch of market structure concepts along with this, but this is pretty much it. So taking a look at Doge, I've been talking about this for a few weeks now. I posted it, the long setup earlier today on Twitter, so feel free to go and check that out. Entered a long position around 26 cents, looking to hold until at least 35, and then once we do see a significant break in structure above these highs here, let's say on the daily or even the weekly, then I don't see any reason why we can't head all the way up into 75 cents, and then from there all-time highs. This has been bottoming out and just accumulating for months now. So we swept out this low, and then breaking above the highs responsible for taking that low right here. So you can see we broke above and then reaccumulating, forming the same patterns again here on the lower time frames. So this is a great sign. And then we continue to break structure. We continue to make higher lows and higher highs. And then once we retest the broken structure, we form the same patterns again. So sweeping out this low, breaking above the high, sweeping out this low, and then this morning breaking above the high. And now I do think that this will be the final break before a large expansion to the upside. So just get ready for that. I think all we need is a few tweets from Elon, and we need to continue to break up here. If we do see that, then off to the races. Taking a look at Bitcoin, we are not too far off all-time highs here. So not looking for shorts. Again, if you go and check out the previous video, let's actually do a quick trade recap here. The previous two videos, actually, I was talking about a possible sweep above these highs, where we would then see some distribution. Then after that distribution, I was expecting a sell-off. Now, I did say that the sell-off would just be leading into then some reaccumulation, which is exactly what we got. So we saw the distribution here on the lower time frames, and then we sold off. I managed to catch a short position for about 2.8R, and then into this bullish level. So sweeping out this low, breaking above the high, we then see some more bullish accumulation into today's session. So again, from the higher time frames, from the daily, the weekly, the H4, going all the way down to the M15, M5. There's no reason to short. There's no reason to be expecting any bearish structure yet. However, like I said at the start of the video, we have seen a massive run up into London without any retrace. So normally when we do see a move like this, we could expect some kind of retracement manipulation leading into New York Open. Again, this was all posted on Twitter. I was looking for a bearish move below this low into the previous level of accumulation. So sweeping out a low, breaking above the high, which is exactly what we got. Retested the level to the dollar. So like I've explained in other videos, if we are in a strong bullish market, we should see a sweep of previous key lows, and then once we break up above the high that was responsible for taking those lows, we should then see reaccumulation. So if we are seeing this pattern reoccurring over and over again, it's a sign that the buyers are still stepping into the market. So we're failing to break below lows and maintaining bearish structure, and instead we're breaking below those lows and then making new bullish structure and just seeing the same pattern form over and over. So like I just explained, there's no reason to be looking for shorts. So instead, let's look for longs. Sweeping out all of these lows. Where's the most obvious high that is responsible for taking those lows? Right here. So if we are going to see some higher time frame manipulation on the H1, then looking for longs here. There's not really any bullish structure inside of this consolidation, so not looking for any longs in there. However, we might see an opportunity to get a scalp long. So if we go into the M5. On the M1, you'll be able to see this a little clearer, but we did sweep out these lows here, breaking above the high. So if we get some lower time frame accumulation here at this level, then we should be good to get a long. If we fail to see that lower time frame accumulation, then I would expect all of these lows to be taken out into our higher time frame level. That's my outlook for ETH. All right, so XRP, Similar story to Doge here. We've been accumulating for months without any obvious move up. However, I feel like we've just seen the final stage of the accumulation and that we're about to see a decent size expansion to the upside. All right, so sweeping out this low, breaking above the high, and then once we return into this range, forming the same pattern again, sweeping out this low, breaking above the high right here, and then returning, forming the same pattern again. So sweeping the low, breaking above the high, moving back into a bullish demand zone, and then today sweeping out this low and breaking above the high. So if we are lucky enough to see a move back into this range right here, where we'll then see reaccumulation, or if we do then see reaccumulation, then this is perfect for a long entry. I'm not sure we will get that full retrace, but if we do, it's a perfect setup. Wink. I went over this in the last video. Sweeping out this low, breaking above the high, sweeping out this low, breaking above the high, returning to this range right here and forming the same pattern again, waiting for a sweep out of this previous low. If we can get that, which is then followed by some reaccumulation, then I'll be looking to get long. And obviously, if we do start to break out here, the upside potential is massive. A similar story here. Sweeping out this low, breaking above the high. Then once we do break, you can see sweeping out a low, breaking above the high. And this is all called on Twitter, so you can go and check that out. None of this is hindsight. So we entered this position here at around 0.94. We're going to be holding it. A daily close above this level and a daily close above this level would leave me feeling pretty confident in $2.50, $3 at least. No worries, so I'm going to cut this video here. Bullish on the higher time frames. There's no reason to be looking for higher time frame shorts or just assuming that the higher time frame trend is ending. We may see some manipulation leading into New York, and if we do, looking to long the bullish levels. Both Doge and XRP and STEP are all looking really good on the higher time frames. Looking to take advantage of those there. No worries, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Anything that I've said in this video, the way that I'm analyzing the charts and executing the positions interests you, feel free to click the link in the description below, pick up a copy of the strategy. No worries. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.